Today, we're diving into a magical craft project that brings this dream to life: a succulent treehouse fairy garden. Whether you're a DIY enthusiast or a lover of whimsical decor, this is the perfect blend of creativity and nature to brighten any space. So, grab your tools, and let's create a miniature world of wonder. What is a succulent treehouse fairy garden? A succulent treehouse fairy garden is an imaginative blend of succulents, miniature treehouse structures, and decorative elements that come together to form a charming, tiny world. Succulents, with their unique shapes and vibrant hues, are the perfect backdrop for this magical setting. Combined with miniature ladders, tiny doors, and perhaps even a glowing fairy light or two, this garden transforms into a fantastical escape. Succulents are low-maintenance plants, making them ideal for both seasoned gardeners and beginners. Their compact nature also means you can create this fairy garden in small spaces like a tabletop, windowsill, or even a hanging planter. Gathering your materials. Creating a succulent treehouse fairy garden starts with gathering the right materials. Here's what you'll need. 1. Succulents. Choose a variety of shapes, sizes, and colors for a dynamic look. 2. Popular options include echeveria, sedums, and howithias. 3. Container. A large, shallow pot works best. 3. You can also repurpose items like wooden crates or even hollow logs. 4. Soil. Use well-draining succulent or cactus soil. 5. Miniature treehouse components. You can find tiny ladders, swings, doors, and treehouse platforms at craft stores or online. 6. Decorative elements. Pebbles, moss, tiny fairy figurines, and LED lights to enhance the magical vibe. 7. Tools. A small trowel, gloves, scissors, and craft glue. Planning your layout before planting. Take a moment to plan your layout. Visualize where the treehouse structure will sit and how the succulents will frame it. 1. Create levels. To mimic a real treehouse, you can create levels within the container using soil mounds or small wooden blocks covered with moss. 2. Paths and clearings. Use pebbles to create tiny pathways and clearings, guiding the eye through your miniature garden. 3. Focal points. Decide on a focal point, such as a beautifully detailed treehouse or a dramatic succulent centerpiece like a rosette-shaped echeveria. Building the base. Start by filling your container with soil. Ensure it's evenly distributed, but leave space to create mounds or indentations for added depth. If you're using wooden blocks for levels, position them now and cover them with soil or moss to create a seamless look. You can secure them with craft glue or small stakes to ensure stability. Planting the succulents. When planting the succulents, arrange them according to size and color. Place taller succulents like aloe or kalanchoe toward the back or sides to mimic trees in the background. Use smaller succulents like sedums and echeverias in the foreground to create a layered effect. 1. Spacing. Leave space between the plants for airflow and growth. 2. Blending textures. Combine rosette-shaped succulents with trailing ones like string of pearls for visual interest. 3. Planting technique. Dig a small hole, place the succulent, and gently pack soil around its base. Constructing the treehouse. Now comes the fun part: building the treehouse. Start with the main structure, such as a small wooden platform or house. 1. Attaching ladders and bridges. Use craft glue to attach miniature ladders, rope bridges, or stairs. 1. Position them strategically so they appear as natural pathways between different levels of the garden. 2. Adding accessories. Hang tiny swings from trailing succulents or add a small balcony overlooking the forest below. Decorating your garden. This step is all about letting your imagination run wild. Add decorative elements to bring your fairy garden to life. 1. Pebble paths. Arrange smooth pebbles to form winding pathways. 2. Moss beds. Add patches of moss for a soft, natural touch. 3. Fairy figurines. Position tiny fairies or animals in playful poses. 4. Lighting. String miniature LED fairy lights around the treehouse or use a tiny solar-powered lamp for nighttime enchantment. Caring for your succulent treehouse fairy garden. Although succulents are hardy, they require specific care to thrive. 1. Watering. Water sparingly, allowing the soil to dry completely between waterings. 1. Overwatering is the most common cause of succulent failure. 2. Light. Place your garden in a location with plenty of indirect sunlight. 3. Pruning. Trim overgrown plants to maintain the miniature scale of your garden. 4. Cleaning. Remove any fallen leaves or debris to prevent rot and keep your garden looking fresh. Creative variations. Once you've mastered the basics, why not experiment with different themes? 1. Beach fairy garden. Incorporate sand, tiny seashells, and blue stones to mimic a seaside paradise. 2. Winter wonderland. Use white gravel, miniature snow-covered trees, and frosty-looking succulents for a festive twist. 3. Mystical forest. Add tiny mushrooms, lanterns, and whimsical creatures for a magical, woodland vibe. Sharing your masterpiece. Your Succulent Treehouse Fairy Garden isn't just a delightful addition to your home, it's also a conversation starter. Share your creation on social media, invite friends to see it in person, or gift a similar garden to a loved one. Taking photos from different angles will capture the intricate details of your miniature world. Use natural light to highlight the succulents' colors and textures. Troubleshooting common issues. Even with the best care, you might encounter a few hiccups. 1. Overwatering. If you notice soggy soil or discolored leaves, reduce watering and ensure proper drainage. 2. Pests. Use neem oil or a gentle insecticidal soap if you spot pests like aphids or mealybugs. 3. Leggy succulents. If plants become stretched out, move your garden to a brighter location. The magic of miniature worlds. Creating a succulent treehouse fairy garden is more than just a DIY project, it's a journey into a magical world. Each element you add tells a story, and every succulent breathes life into the setting. Whether you're crafting this garden for yourself or as a gift, it's a timeless piece of art that will bring joy for years to come. So, what are you waiting for? It's time to unleash your creativity and bring your very own fairy tale to life. Happy gardening!